But then I take immense pride in fluttering the national flag in some of the remotest and some of the highest points in the world. And yes, I currently hold the Guinness World Record for the last 5 years as the youngest in the world. But now when at the age of 35 I got that award, I get that record, I was wondering that people typically have those records as like 3-year-old made that youngest, 5-year-old made that youngest. So 35 years youngest, I mean that something's wrong with the sport. But yes, that's why it's not a sport, it's adventure sport. And here, yes, there is winning, but there is no losing, because if you come back alive, you are always winning. Summit is optional, but coming back is always mandatory. In this journey, as I told that behind all those good-looking things, you have, just like in your profession as well, you have a lot of planning, a lot of risk analysis, mitigations. You have to do a lot of funding, sponsors, and doing all those things. And it actually teaches me this. People ask me what is the education qualification. I don't just say that I am a software engineer, but I say I've done an MBA. And they ask me from where? I come from the mountains, because you have to find your own sponsors, you have to do your own planning, you have to do your own funding, you have to do your own marketing, you have to do your own sales. Yeah, so I can safely say that I was in an MBA. And this journey so far has been quite exciting, like this. Can you have sound, please? So this is in Antarctica. We fortified our tents. We thought the katabatic wind was coming, we knew, but we were safe inside. Then I woke up my tent partner, and said, hey, it's windy. And he told, what can I expect in Antarctica? It's windy. And then 5 minutes, this happened, our tent was flattened, and temperature outside was minus 40 degrees centigrade, and we had no other choice than to embrace this uncertainty, and you have to get into the field to work, to fix. We can't lament and scream that, oh my God, what happened, whatever. There is no chance to do that. You have to just come out. You have to make the things, and all this is possible when you are working as a team. And while we are doing, we ensure that we enjoy that work as well. No matter what, even in that extreme situation, you can see that we try to make it light, but we know in the back of our mind that there is no scope for any mistakes. So sometimes it gets even more adventurous, or should I say misadventure. So here, this is me. I was getting helicopter rescued, so that is me, and the helicopter is up. But trust me, it was my mistake when I landed in this kind of situation, but I had the best of the views of the mountains from here, and some of my friends has put a James Bond music there, but I love to call myself, hi, I am born vagabond. Yeah, but then, and sometimes the journey is also thrilling. This is in Papua New Guinea, and in this journey sometimes you meet some people and you face your fears, a lot of self-doubts at times, but then some people you meet who reminds you of your strength, who reminds you of who you are. And one such guy was this, and the guy who was recording this, I was like so angry that why he was recording, but he was saying that what if he falls? Nobody can blame me that we have pushed him, so that's a record. And if you fall, your dead body will also not be found. So yeah, like all these things make sense because at the end, when you reach the summit, you actually represent your country. And yeah, so yes. Now you have seen this picture just now. Do you recall? Yeah, I was working on this. And why I wanted to show you this particular picture is this is problem in hand, isn't it? Stakes are very high. You fall, you're dead. just like your business. You have to take a huge decision, say changing one platform from Azure to AWS or from on-premises to cloud. So many things you have, right? And then here I stand there thinking what to do. Should I not? Lot of fear, lot of self-doubt. At this moment, you see that guy, he was the local guy there, and he knew that I have climbed so many mountains and this and that, and this was a perfect opportunity for him to give those tanas, hey, what kind of mountaineer you are, you cannot cross this, right? But what he did, what are the choices that he has? He could have directed, come like this, come like that, or he could have scolded me that this also you can't do. But what he chose to do was he observed, and then he came as if it was a highway. He was just like walking, and I knew that it's very slippery. And I was just watching him in awe. And then he just came and gave me a pat at the back and told, yes, you can do it. And trust me, I suddenly felt like all the strength back in me, all the self-doubts went off. And sometimes, life also we need some people, the leaders who are here, I think this is so important for you to go back to your team. And this small tap had made sure that I also crossed that particular log, just like as he did. So he had different kinds of leadership choice, but he chose, lead by example kind of leadership. And then that's what I call leadership. So I love mountains because mountains, every step you get so much insights, so much metaphors, because mountains are not mountains just like physical mountains. They are like manifestation of your fear, of your self-doubt. You look eye to eye to all those fears, you break those barriers and self-limiting beliefs, and just you move on. I was diagnosed from asthma when I was 8 years, and life was almost like I didn't know what to do because I lost a playground as most of our kids of our age would have gone to. But then the choice was that I could have lamented, oh my God, why I lost that, I couldn't play this, like that. But because I was not conditioned to be like that, I chose my own playground. I chose to walk on those parapets and the boundary walls and climb trees, and eventually all my mohalla people, the kids, they also started following this kind of passion. So unknowingly, I realized that I was actually implementing a growth mindset than a victim mindset. But then this went on, and the inhaler became my friend for life. And I thought life was going so smooth, everything. But one fine day when I was in college in 2001, I was going out of the college campus and I had an attack. And when I had an attack, I realized suddenly that I didn't carry my inhaler for the first time. So I was lying in the road, trying to gasp. I was trying to breathe some air, but it's the situation was as if fish is taken out from the water. That day I thought I will die. But after 10 minutes, naturally, it started getting to normalize. So I was very angry on myself and frustrated, thinking that why am I so dependent on this inhaler and all. But then, out of all those dark things, a little bit of silver lining I could figure out. I realized that without inhaler, I am not going to die. Yes, that 10 minutes was horrible, that 10 minutes I had to endure. But that moment, I think, hope was born. And I decided that I am not going to give easy access to the inhalers. And the next few months was horrible, even more because the body was so conditioned to having those inhalers. But suddenly I stopped giving it. And I had to literally run back to my hostel room to take that one cough. But I was so adamant and I was ready for any outcome. And all I knew was 10 minutes of endurance can give me freedom. And with that, I had this transformation and I started doing the same thing again and again and again and again for 7 years. Till in 2008, my team leader in Bangalore, he showed me a picture of a hill. Trust me, those picture was not of Himalayas, not of Andes, not of any other exotic places. That was a very small hill in Tamil Nadu called Himalaya. And for the first thing, the immense joy came in that, oh man, this is something those who are Bengalis here, they might relate. There was a book called Chanded Pahad, The Mountains of the Moon, and all those characters of Shankar and Tintins and Phantoms came up, but then I came back to reality. What if I go there and die? Because it's like a dog's death if you go there and have an attack. And I couldn't tell my boss that I was asthmatic background because he will not take me. But the next 2 days, so I asked him, can I do it? And my boss was like 3 times my size, and he told me, if I could do, why can't you? That was just so magic words. The words of encouragement, which in today's world are very rare. So always people are there to criticize me, but who gives you encouragement? But then I went back and started thinking, and one fine day, suddenly I realized that, what if I relate this mountain to a multi-storied building? So if I have an attack in the ground floor, the medicine is the inhaler. If I have an attack in the 10th floor, the medicine is the same. So I just thought of buying a new inhaler, and then boom, I was ready for going for to go for my first mountain. And I gathered all my courage and everything, and I had that leap of faith. And when I finally reached on a summer day in Tamil Nadu with almost no water, and finally when I reached the top, I couldn't believe that I was standing there. And when I looked at the road that was lying in front of, it was just like a thread. And while I was enjoying that particular moment of climbing the first hill, suddenly I realized that not even a single time I had to use my inhaler. And that was the moment of liberation, and for that moment, I thought I would do everything in the world, whatever I want my mind to set, and that day I climbed my Everest.